In this free video, I'll show you how to start seeing results within 7 days and eliminate the root cause of psoriasis within 30 to 60 days. I've never given away this much information before in a free video that you can watch all in one sitting. So I hope you won't miss this chance to learn crucial facts that could help you heal your psoriasis once and for all. There are 3 easy principles you must understand in order to eradicate psoriasis for good. 1. What psoriasis really is and why you have it. 2. What doesn't work and what can make your psoriasis worse. 3. The only proven way to get rid of psoriasis forever. By embracing these 3 principles, you can start seeing results and banish the symptoms of psoriasis, such as inflamed and itchy skin or cracking patches, within 7 days. Permanently eliminate the root cause of psoriasis within 30 to 60 days. Restore the natural color of your skin and stop the spread of your psoriasis. Increase vitality, reduce anxiety, and start feeling happy and healthy again. Let me reiterate. If you watch this video from start to finish and follow what I teach, you'll undoubtedly see your psoriasis fade away. And don't worry, this is not another sales page for psoriasis medication or photochemotherapy, another psoriasis steroid lotion or gel, another crazy diet scam or vitamin therapy, another herbal or Chinese remedy. This is real information you can use right now. So you might be wondering who I am. My name is Dan Crawford, and I'm a certified nutrition specialist, health consultant, medical researcher, and author, and I'm also a former psoriasis sufferer. Over the past 11 years, I've helped men and women in 173 countries to permanently eliminate their psoriasis, and today I would like to help you. Chances are I know exactly how you feel because I've been there myself and seen it with thousands of my clients. Maybe you're extremely confused about psoriasis. You're depressed and frustrated because everything you've tried has not worked. You're fed up with all the empty promises, quick fix scams, and sleazy treatment ripoffs. You want something that works and works quickly to prevent and cure your psoriasis for good. Are you frustrated because you know there must be an answer to your problem, but you just haven't been able to find it? Well, you just found it. Imagine this: you're waking up one morning 5 to 8 weeks from now and it hits you. Your psoriasis is gone, wiped out completely. There are no silvery scales or painful bleeding patches anywhere on your body. You don't need steroids and expensive medications, and you feel healthier and more energetic than you have in ages. And it's all because you finally figured out the answer you've been searching for. According to my mother, my skin was always sensitive. She recalls washing my infant clothing with special detergent and then rinsing it several times to prevent another outbreak or redness or rash, and, of course, my incessant crying from the discomfort it caused. My doctor didn't know what to do, and neither did my parents. As I grew, so did my symptoms. In elementary school, I had such a harsh outbreak after sweating in a game of kickball that the school nurse had to call my mom to get me and take me straight to the doctor. She'd never seen anything like my red, scaly, pustule-filled skin. And this certainly didn't help my confidence. Always on alert for a sign that others would recognize my condition and make fun of the way I looked, I began to retreat more and more. I stopped playing outside with my friends, refused to wear short-sleeve shirts and shorts, and avoided going to school whenever I could. If even the smallest pustule appeared on my skin, I begged my parents to let me stay home. While struggling with emotional side effects of psoriasis, I continue to experience physical symptoms too. By the time I reached my teens, my pediatrician had already given me more ointment, creams, and oral medications than most people use in a lifetime. While they seemed to work okay for a short time, I would eventually build up a resistance and needed stronger ones. By my 18th birthday, I was already suffering from thinning skin resulting from topical steroids, which only added to my discomfort and fear. With more and more outbreaks erupting on my tender, overly sensitive skin, I began to grow concerned about my overall health. The stress of all that worry in turn affected my skin, leading to more and more breakouts. Leaving for college, I wasn't prepared for what lay ahead. I chose a school in a warm, dry climate, hoping that it would help my skin miraculously heal itself. And it didn't. My roommate always seemed to keep a careful watch on my skin, secretly worried that I might be contagious. Others would pretend they weren't looking, but I could feel their cold stares and hear their whispers as I walked by. Psoriasis doesn't just make you look red and scaly. It can make you appear disfigured. As I grew older, my condition resulted in numerous lost job opportunities, and eventually my health began to suffer too. I became isolated and depressed. I had few friends and absolutely no romantic life. I was a mess, both inside and out. I met a good friend who was studying medicine. He was concerned for my health and emotional state. Taking my friend's advice, I began researching psoriasis in a way that no one ever had. I scoured the medical school's database for research reports, clinical trial results, and natural cures from all around the world. There was so much information that it took months to sort through it all, and years more to understand it and use it to heal myself. Through it all, I continued to believe what my friend had told me. Psoriasis was not who I was. Meanwhile, I continued to travel from doctor to doctor, begging for help, only to be told that my condition was incurable. While short-term relief was available, nothing could stop the reoccurring attacks. Was psoriasis incurable? As I continued to wade through the information I'd collected, I saw glimmers of hope that it might not be so. Delving deeply into this little-known condition, I began to see patterns that would someday offer me freedom from its vice-like grip. Over the years, I tried every psoriasis treatment known to science: creams and gels containing corticosteroids, anti-inflammatory drugs, immunomodulators, vitamin D analogs, topical retinoids, calcineurin inhibitor, photochemotherapy, excimer laser, and more. I tried everything. Yet, despite years of focused effort, I still suffered from severe psoriasis. But I refused to give up. I was determined to find a cure. Why? Because I knew that I'd never live a normal life if I was always worried about the next psoriasis attack. I became obsessed with researching skin disorders, autoimmune issues, nervous system imbalance, and nutrition. I wanted to know everything there was to know on how to cure psoriasis and prevent it permanently. I bought every book on rebalancing the autonomic nervous system, immune enhancement, hormonal regulation, detoxing, diet, and nutrition that I could get my hands on. I spent hours at the library reading stacks of books and journals, and my personal library quickly grew to over 470 books. I also interviewed countless other psoriasis sufferers and endlessly picked the brains of every doctor, herbalist, homeopath, and naturopath kind enough to lend their time. One day, while studying how skin works, it hit me. What if psoriasis wasn't really about the skin, but instead the result of some other internal imbalance? It was this realization that there were definite connections between the inner workings of my body and the way my skin reacted to them that helped me find the permanent solution I longed for. I knew I was finally on to something. Once I mapped out the medical connection between the internal workings of the body and my skin affliction, I was able to begin tackling those issues one at a time. As I did, an amazing thing began to happen. My skin, which at one time had been 60% covered by scaly sores, was becoming smooth and clear. And finally, my psoriasis completely disappeared. I no longer felt like hiding behind closed doors and began to show up for life. People at work were amazed by my transformation. Even my family couldn't believe the difference. Gone was the burning, inflamed skin. Gone were my feelings of inadequacy. I was becoming more friendly, more outgoing, more, well, me. While I gained a new lease on life, there was one more thing I needed to do: help others suffering from the same affliction. After several years of psoriasis-free skin, I knew it was time to unleash my findings and share everything I'd learned about curing psoriasis with the world. I was more than a psoriasis survivor. I had answers. I took my research findings and developed a 7-step plan that I began to circulate within the psoriasis community. A friend of mine who suffered from severe psoriasis gave it a try. Helen, and I've changed her name for privacy, was a very bright woman in her mid-20s, yet unemployed because of her condition. She was practically living on psoriasis drugs and other over-the-counter helpers and was in dire need of reassurance and help. Helen had been treated by 4 different doctors, all of whom advised her to keep taking the medications and applying the anti-inflammatory creams. Then she followed my step-by-step plan. I showed her how to reverse her condition by following the same approach you're about to learn. Less than 3 weeks into the program, Helen's psoriasis and related skin disorders completely disappeared. I offered my system to hundreds of psoriasis patients I'd befriended on a variety of blogs and forums. Several dozen agreed to give it a try, and the results were amazing. Within just a few weeks, the emails and phone calls started flooding in, saying things like, "My skin looks better already, and I can't believe how fast this worked. My itchy scales are all but gone." Yes, my plan was working. I had found a real healing system. The results were nothing short of astonishing. 97% of the men and women using my system experienced the following benefits. All of the burning and itching from scales and plaques vanished within 24 hours. Psoriasis progression slowed down after 3 days, and scales and plaques began to scab, fall off, and fade away in the next 7 days. Scales and plaques completely disappeared in 2 to 3 weeks after that, giving way to healthy, even-toned skin. All psoriasis symptoms were completely gone in 5 to 8 weeks, regardless of the activities people had participated in. Many other health issues such as joint pain, dandruff, lower back pain, and immune-related concerns also vanished. People felt lighter, healthier, and more energetic. Their stress and embarrassment were gone, while their confidence and quality of life dramatically improved. I developed this program so I could share my proven system with men and women around the world. Everything I taught Helen and these online pioneers can be immediately available to you through this best-selling Psoriasis Revolution program.